Hey guys, happy Monday, happy Monday. So, starting off with today's warm-up, we're going to go into a kitchen edition. So, you just need a slick floor and some socks. First off, we're going to do an EMOM. So, remember, every minute on the minute for 9 minutes. So, throughout this process, you're going to work for around 30 to 40 seconds of each of those minutes, and then rest the remaining time. So, for the first one, what we're going to do is some pass-throughs on a slick surface. So, in your socks. So from here, you might get to go on the fingertips to get a little bit more height to get yourself under. This might be kind of challenging for some of you, so if you need to elevate the surface and do these, that's fine as well. If not, you do it from here. So you're going to come up from basically a plank position, coming forward, back, forward, back, like so. About 30 seconds worth on those. Next up, what we're going to do is a Russian push-up into pike up. So for here, you'll start down prone, so on the floor, on the elbows. So remember, Russian push-ups are going to be from here, right? So forward and then up, right? And then you're going to pike up. So again, down, forward, up, pike up. Just like so. 30 seconds worth of those. Next up, we're going to do traveling mountain climbers. So what you'll do for these is go about 15 seconds one direction and 15 seconds the other. So from here, these are kind of fun. So mountain climbers. Just like so. So you'll go through each station 3 times in total for a total of 9 minutes, working 30 to 40 seconds with each piece. Next up, we're going to go back towards whiteboard over this way and grab my shoes and things. So, one of our tasks that we're going to do for today is going to be 4 times through, 40 meters or 20 seconds of an odd object carry or hold. So for those of you who don't have a lot of equipment at home, variations can include a duffel bag, a suitcase, any kind of odd object that you have. Now if you don't have a lot of space, just do the hold. So whatever that may be that you're holding, bear hug it. Remember, when we're doing holds, don't lean back, right? You want to break at the knees. So you're using your legs to offload your low back. So basically kind of a wobble walk. So grab a big suitcase or load up a duffel bag, or if you got a kettlebell, you can hold it in a goblet position, 40-second hold, or just walk back and forth about 40 meters, which is about 120 feet. So pick a pace of length. If it's 10, do that 10 times to get that total length. Next up, you're going to do banded clamshells. 20 banded per side. So I know a lot of you guys checked out bands. So if you don't have the band that goes around your knees, the small bands, you can take the regular band that you checked out. And what you're going to do is you're going to start off standing in the band, right? Cross it, step through it. And more than likely, you're going to have to probably cross it and step through it again, depending on how much tension you want, how wide you are, that sort of thing. So from there, we can do our clamshell. So the way I like to do these clamshells is I like to find myself a wall. Basically, you want to act like you're sitting in a chair, but you're on your side. So I'll do them this direction. So I got my ankles in line with my knees, my hips in line with my knees as well. So we're at 90 degrees, just like I'm sitting up in a chair. Space the feet. So we want 3 points of contact, big toe, pinky toe, and heel. So with these, we're going to go up. So I put a lot of tension on this band just to show you, so this is kind of tough for me. But a lighter, so lighten this up to what resistance you need. And then you'll do rotating out, trying to keep foot contact. So 20 of these per side. And then you go 4 times through on that whole piece. So carry or hold, 20 seconds, or 40 meters. 20 banded clamshells, which is what we just did here. And then we're gonna do 15 scapular push-ups. So when we're doing scap push-ups, you're gonna be in a front leaning rest on the top of the plank, and you're just gonna retract the scap. So this is protracted, and then this is retracted. So you're gonna go back and forth between protracting and retracting your scap. So just warming up the initiation, basically a pull-up or the top of a push-up. Just trying to warm up those scaps and shoulders. You go through that piece for 4 times. Next up, we have another task for the day. This one's gonna start off between some functional bodybuilding. So I got some tempos written up for today, so make sure you maintain the tempo. Otherwise, a lot of you, these might be too easy for you, depending on what weight you have for the bell or what equipment you have available. So tempo 30x1 means 3 seconds down, 0 second hold in the bottom, explosive for X on the way up, and then a 1 second pause at the top. So we're gonna do 6 to 8 reps, bench press, couple variations. If you got a dumbbell, great. If you don't have a bench, we'll do these on the floor. So get yourself set up on the floor and do these one at a time. So coming down nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3, up. So if you want to add more resistance to this, a couple ideas I had for some variations include, you can take a band, make these a little harder, just kind of cross it over itself, wrap it behind you, then get yourself set up for your dumbbell. Now I can add a little bit more resistance to the lighter dumbbell that I have, so it depends on what you have available to you. So now, as I'm coming up, this is a lot harder, especially on the way down with the tension from the band. 1, 2, 3, up. Just like so. You just do both sides if you only have one dumbbell. Otherwise, obviously, if you have two, you can use 2 at a time. If you don't have any dumbbells at all, and you do have a strong band, you can do the same thing. So press up, and you can have the elbows in between if you want here, just to make it easier. Right? So elbows down, up, coming down nice and slow. Same kind of thing. So at least it gives you some resistance. Next piece. Single arm dumbbell row. So lots of variations for the rows. So you can do it like a chainsaw or like you're starting a lawnmower, that kind of thing. You can kind of just lean forward, lean on the front leg. So what we're gonna do for these, tempo similar, 6 to 8 reps per arm, dumbbell row, 2 seconds down. So row to the hip, come down nice and slow, row to the hip, nice and slow, same kind of thing. Again, if you don't have a dumbbell, right, you can use a band, step on it and get the tension that you want, and then same thing, row to the hip, down nice and slow, row to the hip, down nice and slow. So make sure you do both sides, obviously. Next piece, we have supinated inverted row. So follow me over to the office. I had a clever idea, at least I think it's clever, that I came up with today. So we're trying to figure out some ways that we can do some ring rows or some kind of pulling or rowing type movement without having a pull-up bar. So as long as you have a door, you can do these. So what we'll do is we just open the door. You'll straddle the door. So we're doing supinated. So for your rows, up, down nice and slow, up, down nice and slow. Obviously you can get more on here, right? So up, down nice and slow. So that way you're at least getting some kind of row pattern. Just another variation, something to try. Might not work for everybody your situation or for what kind of door you have, but just an option I thought I'd throw in there just to try to get something different. So we'll come back to the whiteboard. And the last one's just a forearm plank. So forearm plank, off the forearms. Make sure you're protracting through the shoulders, so pushing up, forward through the toes, tailbone tucked under, lots of tension. You can't have enough tension. Think about bringing the elbows into the sides, so you're kind of just creating some internal torque to keep the core and everything tight. All right, so that's some of our functional bodybuilding for today. So first 2 pieces are 4 times, second 2 are 3 times. I have it written as A1, A2, and B1, B2. When I have it written like that, that means you're going to superset. So the A is going to go from superset A1 and A2 for the total of 4 sets. And then you go to B1 and B2, superset those sets for a total of 3. Next up, we've got the WOD. So this is our Support Your Local Box campaign, our COVID CrossFit Incredible competition that we're hosting in-house here. So this workout, which is posted on CrossFit.com, is a 10-minute AMRAP consisting of 10-9, 10-9 of air squats, dumbbell snatches, push-ups. So you'll start off with your air squats. So remember guys, on the air squats, pass the little parallel, right, knees out, chest up, all the way up, all the way down. Don't start shortening them because you're trying to go fast. All the way up, all the way down. Full range of motion, you only get stronger where you train. Now if some of you older folks have limitations on those squats, just get yourself set up to a box or a chair, and then you can squat to that height and then back up. So that way it's not too low, especially having any kind of issues or mobility restrictions from there. Next up, we've got dumbbell snatches. So the standard for these, you're gonna straddle, right? So eyes up, chest up, make sure before you pull, use those legs, all one motion to the top, right? You can also do it with a neutral grip, drop those hips, all one motion. If you don't have a dumbbell, can of soup, water bottle, gallon of milk, whatever you got, just some kind of weight, okay? From there, you're gonna go into your push-ups. So you'll do 10 push-ups. Remember, standards for push-ups are all the way down, all the way up. Elbows go back, and shoulders go forward, all the way down, all the way up. So try not to do these. Try not to warm up if you don't have to. Try not to do them this way. So just try to stay in the plank and go all the way down, all the way up. Scales for that are going to include going off of an elevated surface. If you have a wall, right? For some of you folks who are really struggling with this, you can do them off of a wall. I'm just going off of a pole right here. But otherwise, you'd have your hands like so, right? Spread about in line with the shoulders. Otherwise, find yourself an elevated surface. Do your push-ups from there as well. So make sure when you're doing these off a surface, I see this a lot, the butt push back, like this, right? So push forward through the toes. You're gonna come low, upper stomach or sternum, and then back up, right? So that way you're not pushing back. From there, you go back to dumbbell snatches and do the other arm. So 10 air squats, 9 snatches on your right arm, 10 push-ups, 9 snatches on your left arm, 10-minute AMRAP. Most rounds or reps wins. Log goes into your SugarWOD app or into the support your local box on CrossFit if you're registered for that. From there, we got today's daily challenge, which is a frog stand, max effort 4 times. So for those of you who haven't done a frog stand, think of a crow, the yoga pose. So the easiest way to get yourself set up with this is the straight arms, straight legs, fingers wide, walk your feet forward. So you're gonna try to get your knees towards your elbows, resting on your triceps as you come forward, and then balance. Eventually it'd be like here, that'd be the end result here, but just to make it more challenging. So max time for these, give it a couple attempts. This is kind of fun. You can put a pillow down, that way if you do go forward, you don't fall on your pretty little face. Otherwise, you can also use a wall to help scale this, just to get used to this position. So when I do it for a wall, I bring myself here, feet against the wall, and then use the wall as a spot, so you can kind of crawl up it to get to the point you can start to balance on your own. And you can use that wall as a spot. Otherwise, that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you're doing well. Look for more content from us. Hope to see you back soon. See you next video. Thanks.